John Bruce for Arbroath TV, here with Commercial Director of Arbroath Football Club, Paul Reid. How are we doing, Paul?
Very well, John. Thanks for asking.
Good show. Just want to really touch on, we're obviously 3 games into the new season, but no one that's been will have failed to notice all the improvements that's going around the club. Just touch on some of the sort of the highlights of what's happened in the close season for you.
It's been incredible, the work that's been put in. Obviously it started two games to go before the end of the season in terms of the playoffs, and the transformation within Gayfield, externally, internally, is huge, and it's down to the whole community that have got together, the business community that have helped us with the work, the execution of getting the work done in such a short period of time is incredible. We've now got facilities that are up there, second to none. The turnstiles we're using, it's the same turnstiles that are used at like the Spurs Stadium, Wembley. So in terms of fan ease of getting in and out quicker, to make the fan experience better, it's rapidly getting better very quickly. The kiosks now, we're putting in infrastructure there in terms of car terminals are going in, so we've managed to now make the connectivity around Gayfield with the Wi-Fi is now strong right the way around the park, so that's going to add that. And floodlights, they've now been done, but we're sitting just low of the base rate of what you're allowed for the championship and last season, and we've now managed to have these completely regenerated, and now our floodlight system is you're not noticing it till the evening games, but it will be a lot remarkably brighter in here as well. So a lot of work's been done. Say thank you to everyone, volunteers, the business community, staff, the contractors, everyone that's come in has done it because they feel so passionately about Arbroath Football Club, but they recognise the great work that's going on here and they really want to be a part of it. So incredible amount of work, and it's just take this opportunity to thank everyone for everything that they've done to get us to where we are. But as the chairman always stresses, and I will stress, we're not standing still. That's point 1 done. We're on to Arbroath Gayfield 2.0 next, and seeing what we can do, and we'll keep evolving as we go.
I mean, obviously we're now sitting in the new media room as well, which is another one of the improvements, and I don't know if people can hear it in the background, but the new toilets that are being put in as well, so just every single thing seems to be getting better and better. Yeah, and again, as I mentioned before, the fan experience is huge. I want people to come in here and have the best experience they can. Obviously I can't really change what happens on the pitch, but off the pitch, in terms of shorter queuing times, more toilets to avoid people not missing large chunks of the game, is huge, and enjoying the whole experience. We've added now a kids zone in the old Lady Loan School, thanks to Dance Mania as well. So in the winter months when it's raining and things like that, the kids will have somewhere to go and enjoy and have player visits. That sort of thing. So we're doing so much with the whole the whole ground in terms of trying to make sure that when people do come here, they're having the best experience they can, and they go home happy, and the most important thing is they want to return. I think the other thing for me is some of these improvements can't be done without the sponsors, and obviously you've got the new cold brew stand up there, which is looking brilliant, with the new seating and things in there.
Well, we've been really lucky, John, because when I came in, we had a group of existing sponsors who have been and continue to be a massive support to the football club. I've come in and added some new partners on to the club, who again, because we were voted the most investable club in the UK, people are wanting to be a part of it. So you're looking at the likes of Utilita, who are a company based in Southampton, but they want to be a part of what's happening at Arbroath. They've seen the story, the journey that the club's on. They see where we want to go as a club. They share the values of that. The companies who are coming into like the Leisure Connect to do a lot of the stuff. Now they're based in Glasgow, but they work with like the Rangers and Motherwell and teams, but they want to be a part of what's happening in Arbroath as well. So we've got so many companies now knocking on the door to be part of this, and it continues to. You look at the trackside, it's a massive thank you to everyone, everyone who sponsors the club, from taking a programme advert out to sponsoring players, to taking hospitality, to trackside boards, and then, as you say, Like the Cold Brew, who are sponsoring our main stand, is the next sort of evolution of where we want to go with that. It's all going in the right direction, and it's again because of what we've done and where we want to go with this club. Companies are aligning their business with us because they see us as a as a hot ticket to promote their companies.
Would you say that some of that has also helped us become, although we're a part-time club, it's almost becoming a full-time stadium because of some of the back things that you can do now for different functions and that with the new suite?
Yeah, the stadium itself, again with what we're doing off the park in terms of looking at the regeneration and we've over a number of years. I mean, I came in October, but the hospitality suite, the care suite, had been drastically improved in terms of the numbers of people that could get in. We've now added in the Redcastle suite as well. So for functions and things, there's attractive places to go which could take large numbers. But it's again for us as a club and our social responsibility. It's not just about us saying the Gayfield's available for parties and functions. We work very closely with our community trust, who do an amazing job. So Gayfield is utilised through the week for the likes of Andy's Man Club, for football memories, things like that as well. So we're wanting Gayfield to be used as a hub for the whole community, because it's not a cliche. We are a community club, but we're a community club because we want to be part of the community, not the community want to be part of us. It's a two-way street, and that's what we're doing.
I think one of the biggest things to prove that you're part of the community is the shop you've got in the Abbey now.
Yeah.
And I believe you've got some good news on that there, and some of the improvements even to the merchandise that's available. Yeah,
the shop at the start very much was, when I came in, we had the match day shop in Gayfield, and it ran 10 to 2 every day. The demand is such of the club, where we are as a club now, the demand was such that we needed to extend these hours, but we also needed to extend the product range. So we've been very much over the last 6 months looking at what people want, what people need, to allow them to show their colours around the town. So while the building work was going on, the safest thing to do was look to decant the town to the town centre. We worked with the Abbey Gate, and they were a terrific help for us. But again, from a social responsibility, I was very keen. I'm very big on trying to help regenerate the high street, and if the football club again can show their social responsibility within the town to be able to take our brand into the Abbey Gate or to the high street, and then bring our supporters along with them for other shops to benefit while they're there, then it was the right thing to do. So that was a short-term deal for the first few months. Within a month, 2 months, it was clear. The feedback from supporters and also the figures that were coming through the door were that this is something that we have to seriously consider. Do we go back to Gayfield or do we look to stay in the town centre? Now financially, it was easier for us to probably say let's go back to Gayfield because we own the building. So we've had to work over the last 2 or 3 months to get a deal which I believe is a good deal for the football club, and first and foremost it has to be a good deal. So we've worked quite back and forward with the Abbey Gate holding company to make sure that we have got a deal. And I'd like to say now that we've signed an initial 2-year deal with them to allow us to stay within there. But and I think for us that's important because it has become again a community hub for people within there. The people will, when we're at Gayfield, people would only come down here if this, they were especially wanting something from the shop. But when down at the Abbey Gate, people are going in to the Abbey Gate, walking through, I'll go in, and it's incidental buying, which is great for us as well. So we've been all these things together, and the shirt sales. I mean, we're over 1,200 shirts sold for this season, which is just incredible. So again, with that, these are all things that we wanted to do, but we've made sure that there's no point in having a big store if you're just going to put hats, scarf, flags and stuff like that in there. It's got to be quality merchandise, and we've worked really hard with Macro and other external partners to make sure that we can get the best items for our supporters, and we've now got a cracking shop that long may it continue being in the heart of the community in the town centre.
And will we ever get to the stage where, as well as coming into the shop, that we'll have an online version of that, do you think?
Yeah, so that's been in the pipeline for the last sort of 4 or 5 months. I've been working with a company, MTC in Dundee, who are a big player in terms of, I used them at my previous club. They built the website, they've built online shops, so the likes of Aberdeen, Hearts, Derby County, Dundee United, to name a few. Again, so we've been working with them, and we will be launching an online shop probably at the beginning of September, which will be again the opportunity to allow fans to purchase out with the hours, and it can get direct to their door. We'll also have a click and collect where they can collect from the Abbey Gate once they bought it, or they can collect from Gayfield on a match day. We've now got the merchandise satellite shop, which is going to be open on a match day here at Gayfield as well. So there's so many opportunities for fans to be able to get some of the merchandise and wear it with pride.
That's brilliant. I think that online stuff is so important. Obviously, a big part of the online is the Arbroath TV and watching the games on match day. There's obviously been a few changes there recently. Can you tell us a bit more about how that's impacted the club?
Yeah, so during COVID, obviously it reverted back to the clubs rather than to the broadcasters, so the clubs had the option to transmit the games by pay-per-view into the UK, which has been great for a revenue stream coming into the clubs. Obviously with things relaxing, it's now meant that it's now reverted back to the broadcaster, and it's had to stop, which is really disappointing for us as a football club, because COVID's not going away, and there's still people who are very much anxious about going into big crowds. So we would have liked to have it to extended. We have a large part of our support who can't be at Gayfield, whether it be either in care homes, hospitals, or for any other reason that they can't get there. So we feel strongly that was an option that we thought it wouldn't detract from our gate, but we wanted to keep it going because we felt it was giving people that option. Now we've been told that we can't do it, and it's reverted back to a subscription to international. Isn't ideal, because we've now got the issue that to put this production together, it costs a significant amount of money every game. So if we're losing money on that, it gives me cause for concern, because we still want to offer the service, but it needs to be viable. So at the moment, our genuine overseas fans, subscribers that want to see the game, we will be putting together a form of international passport, which will allow fans to buy a kind of a virtual season ticket to allow them to watch every game, and that certainly helps us then finance what we're wanting to do. But long term, I really want to have a sit around the table with the league, because I think from championship level downwards, there's a massive hole now in the budgets for all the clubs, because they've been used to having that revenue coming in for 2 years, and I don't think it makes much of a difference. I can understand it from Premiership level, because Sky are obviously transmitting, one, possibly 2 games every week. There's one game on BBC in the Championship every Friday night, but obviously you wouldn't be doing pay-per-view for that game anyway, so I don't see it being as much of an issue. I understand why it's been done, because when the overall deal was done with Sky, it's meant every of the 42 teams, it's everyone. So, but I still think that we need to look at a way that we can allow ourselves to do that, because it's vital income that we're now losing out on.
I think it would be great to get a more sensible solution to that, but I know it's out of your hands as well. What it hasn't impacted on though is season ticket sales, because they seem to be going from strength to strength as well.
It's amazing, and then we've just been done a total this morning, so that's just broke the 1400 barrier this morning, which is crazy. And I mean, this is obviously the day before the Queen's Park game, and we really are wanting to if you've not got a season ticket yet, you're seeing the intent of the club by bringing in a player of the stature of Scott Allen coming in this week. So we urge as many supporters, if they're thinking about it and they've not yet done it, get your season ticket, come down to Gayfield. It's a great family day out. We're a community club, we're a family club. We would love to see you here, and ultimately the money that you put in your season tickets, as you can see, is going directly back into the playing staff, and we're attracting these players now because of what the club's done over the last number of years. We're now, players are desperate to play for Arbroath Football Club in terms of that could be playing in the Premiership. As you've seen with somebody like Scott Allen, he had a number of offers. He came here. One was the reason he was the manager, but the other reason was because he's actually wants to be a part of what's happening at Arbroath Football Club.
Which is amazing.
Incredible.
I think you touched on it's a community club. I think the evidence of, and a lot of clubs will be in a similar position, but the age range of people that come to the matches now is astonishing. I think a big part of that for me is the part that the community trust has played in bringing the kids in.
I mean, I knew all about, before I joined Arbroath, I knew all about the community trust here, and again, on that community thing, the club getting into the community is only as strong as the trust, because they're fundamentally the vehicle that's going out interacting with the large majority of the kids and families, and then bringing them along to Gayfield to allow us then to further that interaction. And the kids, families walking down the street, you go down the town and all you're seeing is kids wearing Arbroath shirts. When I came to Arbroath, that was the first thing I'd said in an interview I did, was that I really wanted kids to be their default shirt at Christmas time was an Arbroath shirt, rather than asking for the Liverpool, the Real Madrid and all the rest of them. It was to do that, and we've not had to force it either. The kids are doing it because they want to. So it's been an easy, you'll see a lot of clubs that really try and force the issue, but trying to, we don't have to do that. People organically want to be involved with Arbroath. You see people walking past the stadium every day and want to come in and have a look and interact with the club. The kids as well. We've got kids hospitality on Saturday here, sold out within a matter of less than an hour. We've got our own hospitality, season tickets. It's just, I cannot stress how much we're on the top of this wave at the moment, and we just don't want to stop, and we won't stop, because the passion of everyone in the town is the fuel that's making us want to keep going even further, to take this club and this town as far as we can and have as great a journey as we can.
Completely agree with you. We're on a wave, not just off the park but on the park, and the statement of intent this week, you touched on it yourself, Scott Allen coming to the club. I mean, that's an incredible signing.
Yeah, and I think as well, the one thing I would say is the players that we already have here have been incredible and continue to be so. Scott Allen said it when he joined here, that he wanted to play because he knew a lot of the players, and he knew that these guys could get the best out of him as well. So Dick's always been quite open about he will only sign players if he thought that they could drastically improve the squad, and I think somebody like Scott Allen in the middle of the park is going to be a terrific signing. And the guys that we have here and what they've done so far for the club has just been incredible, and it's great to see that our guys. I mean, when I was here as a player, we had some fantastic players, but there was never that kind of hero status within the young supporters and things. Here now, I mean, Bobby Lynn's like the fifth Beatle when he walks down the town. So, but it's just showing as a club where we are, and you've got so many players that are playing here that possibly could play in higher leagues or go full time, but they choose to play here because they want to be part of this. They love the town, its people and the club, and playing for the manager. I think a huge part in the back of that has to go to the chairman, board of directors, for really pushing the boat out to bring these guys to the club, and also making sure that they want to stay. In terms of the contract renewals that we get here must be higher than so many more clubs, because players just don't want to leave. So it's incredible.
Absolutely. I think every fan will know Dick's always got a trick up his sleeve. We've got a couple of weeks to go until the end of the transfer window. Anything you can tell us that people that we're looking at? Or
yeah, I mean, again, we're continuing to look at the various options of loan players. I stress again, it has to be right. We're not looking for jersey fillers. I think the club's looking and where the club is at the moment, it's about making sure that it's quality, not quantity. So you're wanting to make sure that a lot of the Premier League clubs and things at the moment will have their their squad settled now. So there may be that option within the next 2-3 weeks where guys in the sort of late teens, early 20s will start to be wanting to be put out on loan and things. So there's a possibility for that. So it's just a continuation. I don't really, I don't really have much to do on terms of the signings, other than the fact is that once we get these guys in here, it's about selling the club and selling the town. But again, as I said to you before, that's been an easy job because so many players know about Arbroath and what they've done. You know, I talked to Derek Orff when he came in, and he spent the last majority of his career over in the States, and he knew all about last season. You know, I talked to him within a matter of hours before he came in here, and you know, he was aware of the fairy tale story that happened last year. So, you know, with my job being like that, is I'm trying to having to sell the club. I'm not having to overexert myself at the moment because players are knocking on the door to be part of this and want to sign.
Absolutely. Final thing from me, Queen's Park game, will the fans get the chance to see Scott play tomorrow?
Well, he played 20 minutes in a bounce game through the week there. He's not played a lot of football, and he's obviously short this pre-season, but the only way you'll get match happiness is by playing, and hopefully we'll have 1,400 season ticket holders plus everyone else that will be coming along, so there's going to be a 2,000 plus strong crowd here. I really hope that they do come along. Again, if you haven't got your season ticket, please, you can get it online now. Join us on this incredible journey. You'll not regret it, and hopefully you do see Scott on Saturday. But the main thing is, it's about seeing the team win, and we need every one of the fans around us to get that first win of the season, and that's us off the blocks and up and running.
Absolutely. On that note, Paul Reid, thank you very much.
Thank you, John.